Dana Stimson, you are next. Please make your way to the studio here.
Local legend
Local
in the
ledge.
house.
Dana, we've never met each other. I'm Dylan. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hey,
We are big fans of yours. Please have a seat.
The chat is also a big fan of yours.
Yes.
All day. They were correcting us. They're letting us know exactly where you grew up, exactly where you live right now.
Got some fans in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the hometown hero for sure in a big way.
Top finishing local so far here at Mammoth Trailfest 2024. How's that feel?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So happy it's over.
Solid day though, and maybe we've obviously talked about your history here at Mammoth Trailfest, but
Yeah,
you've been here since the beginning.
we were speculating early. We're like, okay, she's been 5th here, she's been 4th here. We were like, oh my goodness, could she be 3rd here this year? And like all of a sudden at the top of Dragon's Back, we're like, oh my goodness, yes, she could be 3rd here. And so, I mean, you were talking about how you like maybe were questioning those decisions while you were out there, but third year in a row running the 50K, like lessons learned obviously maybe from past years, but like talk about like coming back here year after year.
Yeah, it's really fun to get to do the course year after year. I mean, I have a lot of love for Tim and just the community that he's created as part of Mammoth Trail Fest. And there's something really cool about getting to do the same course year after year and just kind of getting to fine tune it. And I think honestly today was like not the day that I wanted to have. I had a lot of GI issues the second half of the race and I was just like really trying to hold it together.
Yeah.
Like toward the top of Dragon's Back, I was like, maybe I can catch Lauren. Maybe this will be like
It's only like
the
1
day.
minute, I think.
Yeah,
that point,
yeah. I think we were within a minute each other up until I think like going down the other side, and then things kind of fell apart for me. But I kind of joked like, okay, 5th the first year, 4th last year. I really like 3rd would be great. And so, yeah, I made it happen. And was, psyched.
So 2nd next year, and then the champion in
I just got to do
2026.
2 more years.
Yeah, I think you just keep coming back year over year. That's the only natural progression.
You were almost, well, let me see here. What were you, 20 minutes faster this year? 10 minutes faster? What was it?
I think I was about 10.
10 minutes faster
Yeah.
than last year. So
Yeah, and I was almost 20 minutes faster than the year before. Or like
significant
20
progress.
between year 1 and year 2, and almost 10 this year.
So I'm just like looking at your ultra sign up here, and obviously there's going to be a lot of people who are kind of hearing your name for the first time, and it seems like obviously whenever you race you have really good days, but it doesn't seem like you race that often. Tell us about what you do, like how you approach the sport, how you pick and choose your spots.
Yeah, I'm a nurse practitioner. I work in primary care here in Mammoth. Live down in Bishop, and so I train, I feel like, as much as I can given my work schedule. But it makes it tricky to travel to race. And I think I honestly have a lot of like imposter syndrome and feel like if I were to race more, I'd probably like be able to get around that a little bit more. So that's something that I want to keep working on as things progress. MK Sullivan's my coach, and
heck yeah.
Yeah, she's a total boss. Won last year, and she's running tomorrow. So definitely have her to thank for kind of helping me figure out how to slide in different things.
She helped you pick your sunglasses too. We
Yes.
were commenting on those.
Now we
did the
know.
MK special.
Now we know.
Very, very cool. So you're originally from Crowley Lake, is what the chat said. You live in Bishop now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'd be interested to hear just like, the significance of this 395 corridor. It's such a beautiful area. And obviously we have this global audience now that we can kind of showcase what has been home for you for your entire life. What's it been like to live in this area, your whole life?
Yeah, it's obviously an incredibly special place. I think I feel, I mean, I'm not religious, but blessed is like the word that comes to mind. My parents, who were here today supporting me, which is amazing, definitely raised us to, like we could not love being in the mountains. Like grew up camping and climbing and doing a lot of backpacking trips every year, and I have spent a few years out of the area. I went to grad school in Vermont and lived in the Bay Area for a while. And I think, being here, it's like it's obviously very small, very remote. There's not a lot going on outside of like outdoor things. And so there was a part of me that was like, maybe there's another place that it'll check all the boxes. And I've never found it. So my partner and I moved back here about 3 years ago, and I have no
Have been
plans to
running
leave.
Mammoth
And then you've
Trailfest
been
ever
down
since. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, what else would I do?
So you were 11th at Broken Arrow earlier in the summer.
Yeah,
It was a stacked race.
Yeah.
it was a stacked race. I
Super
was
stacked. Yeah.
so stoked because I don't think of myself as a fast runner. I'm definitely more of a grinder. So it's like definitely surprised and happy to have done that well. And that's definitely something I'd like to explore a little more because I think it's fun to get to crank for shorter distances and not have to have as much of an attention span to
Yeah.
be on for 5 hours. It was a lot of fun. So maybe we'll do some shorter things next year. We'll
Yeah, I was
see.
gonna say we got to get over this imposter syndrome thing because
Yeah.
you're clearly very fast.
That's exactly what I was
We'll
gonna
talk to
say.
MK about this later.
Yeah, I mean, that's the obvious question is like, as we said, you don't race a lot, but when you do, you have awesome races. Today is another great example of that. Does it give you
Thanks.
ambition?
We should bring her to Big Alta.
Let's go to the big. All right, yeah. I'll send you an invite here on Ultra Sign Up today.
Great.
No pressure. No pressure, but you should probably definitely come to Big Alta.
I honestly would love to come race at sea level. It
Yeah.
feels so good.
You're
a
welcome.
promise.
Yeah, anytime. We would love to have you. But I'm sure there's some curiosity about jumping into other races, getting maybe a little bit further away from Mammoth Trailfest, and I don't know, competing against maybe a different athlete too. Like,
Yeah.
do you have any other goals for this season or in the future that are exciting?
I have not thought a ton about the rest of this year. I think we'll see how my body recovers and maybe jump into something in October. I think I spent the last like week and a half being like incredibly nauseous and nervous. So I think like doing more racing would also help with
Yeah.
that.
I feel that in a big way.
So there are much higher consequence races. when you-
Exactly.
when you
If they're
race
only a
once or twice
couple.
year.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess I was
congratulations.
gonna say maybe final question on our end is that you've been very selective with your racing. Obviously, you're coming to Big Alta. We've already decided that
Yep.
for you, so no
Done
questions
deal.
asked there. But
Yeah.
after that, for 2025, where might we get to see you race?
Aside from second place at Mammoth Trail Fest, 50K next year.
Obviously.
And then the victory in 2026.
The only race I'm signed up for so far is Speed Goat 50K.
Heck yeah.
I had signed up this year and ended up dropping out. It was like not my day. So I have to come back for revenge. That's the only thing I know for sure. But
Perfect.
hopefully some shorter stuff around that.
That seems like a good race for you.
Yeah, I think it could be.
It's a hard race.
Setting up that imposter syndrome now. I see.
Yeah.
We call that sandbagging, by the way. You know.
Congratulations, Dana.
Thank
Awesome
you.
run representing the local trail community here in Mammoth Lakes, Bishop, California area. Big round of applause. Third place finisher, Dana
Thank you guys so much.
Stimson.